special cybernetic attack team, No Death Run. Welcome, everybody. This is your girl, RETROSTARR. Welcome to yet another No Death Run from your girl, RETROSTARR. Welcome, everybody. Happy New Year. This is 2022, the very first game of 2022. And yes, we're getting ready to play S.C.A.T from 1991. Special Cybernetic Attack Team. Really amazing game. It's got a nice little beginning sequence. I'm not going to read it this time because the letters are so small, you know, from the computer. It's really hard to read, so I'm not going to try to read this time. But I'm gonna let you see the beginning, of course. But anyways, taking a swig of my little drink, drinking a little vodka and some Coke, and we're gonna give you a nice little show here. I love this little beginning sequence here, and it's really colorful and really nice looking. I love it when they have a nice little storyline to it. You got your boy Arnold, which we're gonna be using Arnold the first run. I'm gonna use there's a man and a woman. On Arnold, we're gonna use in this very first run, and then Sigourney, which is this woman here. We're going to be using her in our second run, which I'm going to be doing a speed run of this game. And the speed run of this game, I'm going to go straight to the game. It's going to be straight shot. It's going to be a very brief intro because I've got to show the speed of the game, and usually in the speed run it gets straight to the point. So we're going to use Sigourney in the second run. This is the very first run where we're going to use Arnold. And we're gonna absolutely go save the planet, save the world. This is kind of a really fine shooter here. Really great visuals in this game. Amazing. The voice sequence in it is really amazing in it too. I've never heard of voice that sound that good in an NES game. You're gonna hear it in a minute. Right after I select Arnold. The voice in here is incredible. For an NES game, it sounds really great. Great visuals. It's a beautiful game. I would love to have it in my collection, and one day I will.
The Earth is counting on you. Good luck.
So you must destroy them. The Earth is counting on you. Good luck. Amazing. Look at the visuals in this game. Visuals. I had to come up with my own little niche in this game. Especially when it comes to the mechanics and all. And I've learned a few things about a few times that I played this game. Usually when I play a game, I come up with my own little niche. Whatever works best for me, whatever I could use to my advantage, that'll get me through the game and get into successful No Death Run. It's basically cool to stay frosty. Definitely, when I usually try to freeze the little Homer thing right there, the little in a certain position, I found it to be better to just let it go back and forth like that, because to me you seem to get rid of most of the enemies around you when it does that. So I find it when I do that, I do better in the game. I usually get less hits, and I go to stage to stage, less hurt, you got to remember that when you're doing a no death run of S.C.A.T, you got to remember that whatever life that you're left with from the stage that you just beat is what you're going to begin with in the next stage. So it's important to stay very healthy throughout all the stages. It's the secret to the no death run of this game. You're not going to get replenished unless you get an extra man. So what's good about letting it go back and forth like that? Now sometimes, yeah, it's necessary to position it. Like if you have enemies coming on the top of you, it's best to position. Or if you have enemies on the bottom and the top of you, it's best to position it upward. But the most part, when you're strolling, it's better to let it go back and forth like that, because to me, you got enemies coming in every angle of you, in front of you, in the back of you, all different angles. And you seem to me, when you're making it like that, you seem to get more of the enemies. You seem to kill more of the enemies, and more enemies you kill, a lot of times it'll give you a break. Like if you lose some of the life bar up there, if you lose some of your life meter, sometimes you can gain 2 life meters, and it could save you from dying or getting your new death run. Now to me, I just found it necessary to just go up guns blazing and just bumping the shit out of the enemies. To me, it's just better to do that. I know a lot of plays people will try to duke it out and just dodge, and I just didn't find it necessary to do that. Just go up there and just bunk shit out, since you can press the button down and it'll give you like rapid fire. So if you could do that, and my controller is not, it's not a turbo controller at all. It's a regular NES controller. But in the game, if you mash the button down, you do have like sort of like auto fire. So to me, it's just better to utilize that auto fire and just go right up on the enemies and fuck them up. And to me, that's better. I mean, everybody has their own way of playing, and that's the way I like to play. I just like to make things simple. So in a game like this, so as you can see, I'm letting the little guns go back and forth. I find it better, especially when you're having all enemies surrounding you. I find it better for you to allow it to do that. You may suffer a couple hits, but it'll be less hits than if you try to try to position those things while you're trying to dodge. It don't work well. You will get a lot of hits because you need to really concentrate on dodging the projectiles and the bullets and everything that's coming at you, and just let the guns do its job. Let the guns sway back and forth and do its job. I found it that I've got further in the game, because I used to play it to where I position it this way, or I usually position it in front of me. But what about the enemies that's coming in the back of me? If I position the guns in front of me, then the enemies in back of me is gonna swoop around and come and hit me, and then I would have to turn around and hit them. Now, when you let it go back and forth like that, you can get all angles. You can get the front, you can get the back, you can get the top of you, you can get the bottom of you. It'll hit every enemy coming in your way. And hitting enemies and killing enemies will get you an extra man, and you can redeem the life that you lost by getting an extra man, and it'll help you in your death run. You see how hectic things are right here? Can you imagine if I had to take the time to position that little thing, to position the guns to all these angles that it's coming at, and these enemies are coming at me from every angle. So it made more sense to just let the guns do its work and let it do its job while I dodge and shoot forward. I found it easier when I did that. When I start to do this on Aver stage, this is how the no death run came about. So this is very important that you find your niche. Some people could play, doing that, but I find it much more enjoyable to play like this. Now, it is necessary to position it sometimes, especially in this case, with this boss. So, this boss is sort of like, I really wish I would have found a quicker way to beat this boss, because this boss was really a pet peeve of mine, because it takes too long to beat it. And when I do my speed run, I'm gonna have to find a way. More than likely, maybe just maybe at the end, maybe grab the laser, and then maybe the laser, which the laser being a strong weapon, but to me the weapon, the laser isn't the best weapon. The best weapon is the one I'm using now. But I think probably laser would be better on this particular boss. If I wanted to beat this boss faster, then I probably need to fuck with the laser. I need to fuck with the laser. So as you can see, as the little snake boss is like shooting out Homer missiles at me, and it's important not to get hit by those missiles. Not a hard boss, but it's just a hard boss to kill with this weapon. And I think once I do the speed run, I probably need to maybe switch to the laser instead of using this one, and then switch back to this one when I get to the next stage. Alright, we finally got it. Right, heading for stage 3. S.C.A.T is pretty it's pretty short. We got 5 stages. We're already in stage 3. This was the stage in the beginning where I used to have a problem with this stage. But when I found out the niche, when I found out to let those Homer missiles right there, not the Homer missiles, but those guns, sway back and forth, I find that when I did that, I did better on this stage. Because look at the angles that they're coming at you from. It's going to be kind of hard to shoot every last one of those bastards that's coming in on you, and they swoon in on you. Sometimes they come in fast. And this is the problem, this is the boss, this is absolutely the stage I hate, because when it starts to move fast like that, it absolutely brings my eyes to a whirl, and it confuses me. And I almost absolutely almost hinders me from trying to be able to see. You gotta remember, you get a certain age, your vision will start to go. So here, I had to absolutely just sort of look at the screen so I could make sure that my guy isn't getting hit, because it's absolutely just hurting my eyes when it moves like that. Usually it doesn't bother me, but lately it has been bothering me on the stage. So I've had to maybe like get closer to the screen, and I don't even think that's good for your eyes to get close to the screen, because pretty much probably what's wrong with my eyes. But the gun swaying back and forth is protecting me. I found that if I let the guns go like that instead of positioning it certain ways, it hits the enemies on its own. It does the work for you. And basically what you have to do is just move around and dodge and maneuver, stay out of the way. And I found that once I've done that, I've been able to get past this stage untouched, or definitely, I think one time I've got through this stage without getting hit once. So in the beginning, it was very hard for me to get past this stage, because it was just too much coming in on me, and I just couldn't get everything coming at me. So this right here, it does the job. Plus you can hit the enemies, and when you hit and kill the enemies, like I said before, it gives you extra men, and if whatever life or HP that you lost, whatever of your HP that you lost, you can get back, and sometimes it'll give you 2 HP when you're hitting and killing the enemies. So I got to the point to where I was going to start hitting and killing every enemy that approaches me, so that I could get a break, so that if I make a mistake and get hit in the game, I will be able to redeem myself by getting I guess, I don't know if that was it's an extra man. And plus, when you get an extra man, you get extra HP as well. It'll add to your HP. Sometimes it'll give you 2 HP up. And you'll be able to replace that HP from what you lost. So that's why it's important to just kill every enemy that you come in contact with. So this stage used to be very hard to me, but it isn't anymore now that I find something that works for me. And basically just dodge. You still have to dodge and maneuver, because things are going to be swooning in you at a really fast pace. So it's important that you stay frosty still. Or keep telling the Homer missiles, but let the guns do its job, swaying back and forth. As you can see, it's coming to a stop. And usually, and what's really cool about this is usually at the end of every stage, they'll give you an R, a refill, and it'll replenish what you've lost right before you get to the boss. Look how beautiful this is. This is a gorgeous, this game has really, really gorgeous visuals. Outer space. This kind of also reminds me of Section Z. Section Z being very difficult game to do. I would love to actually do a no-death run in that, but I know it's going to take practice. But this reminds me of Forgotten Worlds and Section Z from Capcom. So yeah, I'll probably be doing something like that. But I need to get more shmups on my channel because I was a huge fan of shmups when I was a kid. Still a huge fan now, so we definitely need to get more shoot 'em ups on the channel, and this is one of a few that I got on there. So basically, like I said, I just want to go in and just bump out the enemies. Since you got rapid fire, it's just it's necessary to just go in and guns blazing. And to me, you'll survive better that way, and you can take out the enemies quicker. And they're so like predictable. So, all right, stay at the end of stage 3. So now we're going to stage 4. One of the stages that I used to have problems with, but like I said, once I found my niche, you see the things going back and forth. As you know, when you're doing that, these things, it'll work from a distance. All you basically have to do is just dodge the bullets and projectiles that's coming at you, and let those guns do their work. And I found that if you do that, you will survive longer. So once I found that, this is where I was able to do the no death run. But you know, and it works for me. It may not work for anyone else, but it worked perfect for me, and I was able to get this no death run done. So Special Cybernetic Attack Team is a great game. This is an absolute great game. There are other versions. I think they have one called Final Mission. I think Final Mission. Is that a Japanese version? I think the Final Mission one is a Japanese version of this game. It's called Final Mission, and correct me if I'm wrong. And this is actually called S.C.A.T. Final Mission, I think, is a better title, if you ask me, but that's just my opinion. But there's nothing wrong with S.C.A.T. You know, there's nothing wrong with a Special Cybernetic Attack Team. It's a pretty long title. Abbreviated, which is S.C.A.T. It abbreviates that. But this game is amazing. If you guys have not played this game, you should play it. I didn't get a chance to play it growing up. Just like Power Blade, this came out in '91 in the United States. So during the course of the early '90s, I had already moved on to the Genesis. I've already, like I told the story in Power Blade too, because Power Blade was already also released in '91. And during '91, I sort of moved on to the 16-bit era. So I missed out on all these great games right here. This one, I missed out on this one because of, you know, I was playing my Genesis. I was getting into my Genesis games and running Genesis games, and I sort of moved on to 16-bit era. So I missed out on all these gems that came about in the later times of the NES. So I missed out on all these gems. But this is a great one, expensive and rare one. So, and I would definitely look to see about getting this in my collection for real. Good shit right here. Very solid game, solid controls, awesome graphics. I think beautiful, gorgeous visuals, great music. Can you hear the music? The music is amazing. It's great. You can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with it. The game is easy enough to play for anybody who plays. It's quick. It's short and sweet. And some of us, we love to do runs of short, sweet games like this because we don't have to sit for hours and hours at a time trying to learn a game that just has 5 stages, you know. There are games like Battletoads that I'm going to be doing later on that has 12 stages. It's going to probably take a little longer to get used to and take a little longer to master. But this one is pretty short and sweet and to the point. And I like that. I liked it. It's straight to the point. You go to the boss, you go through the stage, you go to the boss again, and you go to the next stage. Pretty straight to the point. I'm used to that, and I love that. I grew up with that. So, right here we got like a little mini boss. Like I said, guns blazing. You got you don't have to constantly hit your button. You have rapid fire. You hold your button down. It's rapid fire. So it's no need in use that feature to its advantage. You know, why do you need to dodge bullets and try to be careful when you could just go up on these motherfuckers and just and get it over with? You got rapid fire, use that rapid fire. You got rapid fire for a reason. And it's not a cheat, it's built in the game. The game already comes with that. So yeah, use it wisely. And you don't have to sit there and spend 20 minutes trying to get the boss and have your thumbs going numb or going sore. Great 91 title for the NES. Awesome and great stuff here. Enjoy playing this game and no death running this game. Can't wait to get more shmups on my channel, or beasts, what you call it, shmups or shoot 'em ups. So basically here we are, this is stage 4. This is the second to the last, just in the stage. I think there's like maybe 3 different titles in this game. I think one is called S.C.A.T or something. I don't know. I think it's another title. And I know it has another one go by the name Final Mission. This right here where it gets really hairy. This is the boss that can really hurt you, and you gotta make it's important right here to just use your rapid fire to your advantage, because you can't go to the next stage hurt. So as you can see here, I go right up on it, I bump it out, and then I try to, I didn't want to risk getting hurt when I go to the next stage, so I sort of tried to play it cool here. I could have just went and just bump out all 4, but I could have also gotten hurt, and it could have hurt my chances of getting in the death run by arriving at the last stage hurt. So I've tried to preserve some of my life so that I could finish the game right here. Other than that, I would have rather just went up there and just rat-a-tat-tat those motherfuckers. But you gotta remember those little missiles that's coming out. They do a great job of hurt on you, so you have to be very careful. You have to be patient here. So I practice a little bit of patience. Other than that, I would have went straight up on it. And in my speed run, I'm going to definitely, since I've done a no death run already, I'm not gonna do this in the speed run. I'm gonna go all guns blazing in the speed run, and then whatever I come out with left, I'm gonna basically just gonna try to do my best. See, I went guns blazing because I'm getting hurt. It seems like I'm trying to preserve my my HP for the next stage, and I'm still getting hit. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go in and just bump them out before it hurt me anymore. All right. Final stage. Final stage, baby. Yes, this stage is by far the hardest stage in the game. That's for definitely. You have to be precise in this. You absolutely have to learn. You have to learn where all of the lasers and stuff go. It's important to learn where the lasers are gonna go, because the lasers can hurt you. It's a good thing that a laser does not hit you and kill you in one shot. Other than that, that would be a fucking nervous wreck up in here. So being that I know where the lasers are going to go, I know where to position my player, and I stay there. The screen is going to move you. Make sure you be careful not to let the screen get away from you, because it could, you know, I've gotten hit by that once. You'll end up losing a life if it closes in on you. So it's important to move with the screen is going to move you regardless. So as you can see, I'm being very careful to stay out of the way of those lasers, and definitely those little brown balls and stuff projectiles. See how everything is coming in every angle. This is why you have to absolutely let those Homer missiles, those, I keep calling it Homer missiles, let those cannons, let them sway back and forth. So anything that comes your way, it will lessen your chances from getting hurt, versus trying to keep it going one direction, which you got enemies coming in every direction, and you won't be able to position your cannons in all directions on time to keep from getting hit from an enemy. It's going to confuse you, it's going to frustrate you, and it's just better to let those cannons do their job and sway back and forth and kill any enemy from a distance at least. As you can see, if you take out enemies, you will get extra points and extra men and extra HP. The men doesn't matter in no death run, but the HP does. It's very important that you get that HP, and they'll give you extra HP if you kill a certain amount of enemies. So let those cannons kill for you. Let it kill, let it kill for you. It's gonna be the best for you when you're doing a no death run, and keep your HP up. So just continue, always be frosty, stay frosty, shoot, and keep shooting, never stop shooting. It's necessary sometimes to position the cannons, especially when you have enemies close range like that. When they're like positioned like that, for instance, look how they're positioned, so that you can shoot and get rid of them, because it'll be impossible to dodge those bullets while you're in such a small space. So you can position them, but make sure you put it right back and let those cannons work back and forth, because you see there's a lot of like the brown balls just going around, or brown balls jumping around, and those things that kill you. So you have better chances of survival if you just let those guns sway back and forth than try to have it going in one direction, in a single direction. So I found it better if I stay alive longer like this. So I know where those lasers are going to be going, so I just sort of camp out down there and let the lasers kind of whirl over me. As you can see, I'm being very, very aggressive and very, very careful. Position those cannons. And you see there will be enemies coming down on top of me. I won't be able to stop them. So I gotta make sure I be shooting so that I don't get hit by those enemies. Alright, coming close to the destination. The goal is to make it to the R. The R is the R is the refill that'll refill and replenish your HP. So any damages that you get, and I'm doing very well. I got 4 HP up there, so I gotta remember I can still get hit and lose, because I've done it before. I can still get hit. So it's very important to stay frosty and not get hit. Try to keep it as intact as possible. Because right here you can lose. You haven't made it yet, so don't think that you made it. You haven't made it until you got the R. When you get the refill, that's when you've made it. And that's the goal, is getting to the refill. See right here, I died here last time. Got here on 3 HP and was killed here because I was getting hit by those brown balls. Position your cannons to where it can immediately get that enemy, especially the enemy that's shooting at you, because you're not going to be able to dodge it. Okay, here we go. Final stretch. So now I got to get in between that the laser. And there is I made it. There is the R. So once I got that R, I knew I had it. So I'm gonna shut up right now and I'm gonna let you listen to everything that's going on in this room. Be back in a minute. Take your time, you got this. Next up. You can't? Don't do it. Alright, we got this. Oh yeah. It's a fucking rap, boys.
Yes, no death run, baby. Woohoo, we got it. It's a rap, baby. It's a fucking rap. It's a rap.
I'm celebrating because I know this boss is a cakewalk.
It's a fucking rap. No death run. I'm already claiming it. Woo!
No death run, baby.
Yeah!
Victorious.
Woo! Get it, baby. Another no death run by your girl RETROSTARR. Woo!
Victorious.
Thank you, Jesus. I got it. Woo! Thank.
Absolutely victorious.
Time for a vodka shot, baby. 2002. I mean, 2022.
Cheers.
The very first no death run of 2022.
Time for that no death run ding.
Woo! No death to run the ding ding. Ding 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 ding. No death to run the ding ding. 2022, this the run ding ding. First no death run.
Alright, everyone.
2022.
Absolutely great. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
2022. No death to
I'm
run
gonna let
the
you
ding
guys
ding.
enjoy the rest of the
Ding,
evening
ding,
and
ding, ding,
enjoy the
ding,
rest of the
no
ending
death
of
to
this
run the
game.
ding ding.
Thank you for watching, and you guys
Yeah.
keep it fucking retro.
Woo!
Have a nice evening, everyone. Happy New Year.
Time to move on to some other meat, baby. Got more to come from your girl RETROSTARR. Woo!
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, right, baby.
Keep it fucking retro.